What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to be turning my interior from this to this. So join me as I show you guys how you guys can do it relatively cheap or cheaper, because I did not buy this seat brand new. I actually bought it with a blown airbag. So in today's video, we're going to be showing what needs to be done to bring this seat back to life, and that way you guys can do it yourself at home and hopefully in a relatively cheap manner as well. So if you guys like the video and like the idea, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and without further ado, let's get into the video. So as you guys can see from the title of the video, we're going to actually be installing a Recaro seat. I did not buy this brand new by any means. It is used, and it also came from a blown car. This seat was actually in a wreck, aka why there's a blown airbag. But I did all the research and everything so that way you guys don't have to, and that way you guys can do exactly what I did and get a seat like this relatively cheap, because one, the aesthetic of this one looks so much better in my opinion, and also I've already sat in it and it holds you and hugs you so much freaking more. So for anyone who likes that kind of feeling and likes the idea of having a seat that hugs you, especially if you guys go on the track or just love to drive the car on winding roads like I do, this is going to be the seat for you. Of course, because my car is a V6 base model, I do have the normal cloth seats, no electronical, anything, no heated, no cooling, no anything. It is the bare bones seat where everything you have to do yourself. So we're going to be removing this seat out and then replacing it with this one, but we're also going to be fixing the airbag. Again, I've done all the research so that way you guys don't have to, and I'll be showing all the steps to get this one fixed and into the car without having to check engine light, or without having an airbag light, I should say, and any of that. But before you guys get started, we obviously have to remove the old seat. First things first, to ensure that we don't end up blowing this airbag or hurting this seat or the car, is to disconnect the battery, which I've already done. That's why the hood's open, it's disconnected, no lights are on. So first things first is removing the seat. And to do so, and to remove the seat, you're going to need a T50 or T55. So after doing the research, some people say depending on what year you have, you might need a T50 or a 55. So I'm not 100% sure, so I went ahead and bought both, and obviously I'll be returning the one I don't use. But first things first, let's pull the sliders, move this all the way back. There's two bolts in the front, one here and one there. Then we want to recline the seat all the way out, and there's a seat here, or a bolt here and one here. So I'll set you guys on the tripod, put you guys on the time lapse, and I'll show you guys the bolts, and then I'll let you guys know whichever one I use. And then that should be easy peasy, just pull the seat out. But before you end up removing those screws and just ripping it out, there is one tab, there is a connector that runs to the seat, so make sure you disconnect that so that way you don't damage the harness. And then from there, this seat should be out, and then we should be able to start disassembling that seat to get the airbag on this one fixed and all good to go. Sorry if there's not much light, but you have a tab here and one adjacent up there to take out. These are going to have your T50 or 55 bolts, so I'm just going to pry this open. I've already taken this seat out once, I just can't remember what freaking torque bit it needs. So sorry if it's a little shaky. I don't have a tripod to get this. Let's see if I can get this out. Almost. Let me put the camera down to get this out. Alright, cool. So once you pop that out, like I said, you'll have your little bolt there. While we can, let's go ahead and try the T55 first. So it looks like mine is not a 55, because that is way too big. Let's go ahead and try this T50. And would you look at that, the T50 is exactly what we need. So if you guys have a 15 through 17, that's probably what you're going to need, because that one fits like a glove. So, and then we'll pop that one off and then take that bolt out. Connector that you're going to need to pop off. It's very hard to see right here. It's where your actual seat and everything else connects. Right there. And you want to disconnect this. Then once you disconnect it, which I'll show you guys once I take out the seat, you can literally just grab it and pull it out. So let's get this out. Just like that, we have it out. Got to move the camera to actually pull it all the way out, but pretty much all said and done. So now that we have the seat out, you guys can see the connector that I was talking about, which is this one. You literally push it here and just pull it back. Oh, and now I need to clean the carpet because my carpet honestly is so freaking dirty. But this is bolt 1, bolt 2, 3, and 4. Here are the 4 bolts. I'm just gonna put them in the back seat. Then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 tabs over just to hide those bolts. And then, yeah, we'll clean this up, give it a little vacuum, and then we'll start to disassemble the stock seat. Alrighty guys, now that we have it out, I mean, this stock seat honestly is not a bad seat by any means for a Mustang. I mean, as you can see right now, I can really wiggle around a little bit, and honestly, the biggest thing that I love is this bolstering here on the side. These, for a normal seat, I mean, I can push that out, and the foam honestly has a lot of give in my opinion. Like right now, I'm pushing on it, and I can move pretty easily, but I'm gonna be honest, I've never sat in a Recaro until I bought this one and actually unboxed it. So when I pulled it out of the box, obviously I sat in it to see if there's a major difference. Because honestly, to me, the look of it, I mean, it looks amazing. In my opinion, this looks so much better than this. Like, come on, you can't beat that. Also, I don't have a heating and cooling seat like I mentioned before. So to me, it was a no-brainer. Obviously, if you have a heating or cooling one, you're losing those functions for this because this doesn't have it. But again, once you take a seat, it is night and day difference because this foam, like this is me trying to move. This bolstering here is so much more secure. And then the bolstering on the legs, also honestly, just overall, this is so much more thicker and more hugging. And this, I just can't wait to have in the car. But anyways, let me go vacuum the inside of that, so that way we can take care of all the gross, grimy stuff that's in there, and then we'll disassemble the stock seat, so that way you guys can actually see how you guys can repair the Recaros if you guys do something like I do. Buy one with the blown airbag, just transfer the one off the stock seat into the new one. However, one thing you guys will lose if you guys have a stock one, you guys have a little pouch here. Like I do. I used to have car cleaning supplies on my stock one, but if we take a look at the Recaro, they don't have that function anymore, so you'll actually lose that pocket. So that's also something to keep in mind, but for me, honestly, it's 100% worth it. So yeah, like I said, let me go clean the inside of it out, and then we'll start disassembling the stock one, replacing the airbag. And then honestly, for the time being, because I'm not going to get the Recaro stuff stitched up right away, I'm going to put the stock one without the airbag in the seat, and hopefully nothing bad happens. I know I'm going to get an airbag light, but it is what it is. I'll be running it as is for a while until I get this one fixed. And then from there, we'll pick up the video whenever this one gets completely fixed. But anyways, let me go clean the car, and then we'll pick the camera back up. Alright guys, unfortunately I don't have a table to do this a little easier to show you guys, but first things first, what we want to do is remove this headrest. So on the left side, there is a little button that you can push that all the way in. It should be able to pull out. There's another tab on the right side, and then pull that out. Boom, headrest complete out. We definitely get this off. And then from here, just unbutton this. Well, if you have it buttoned in, and then I'm just going to leave it over top. And then from here, if I remember correctly, because it was a YouTube video I actually ended up watching to kind of get all this information as well. You want to recline this all the way. Let's see if I remember. On the bottom of this here, you're going to have some little, let's make sure you can see them. The bottom of this here, you have two elastic things, one here, and then one right over here. So let's pull this connector off, and then let's move this one off, and then this elastic here off, other one off. Well, I guess whoever the old owner was used to love to read or Domino's, because they have a Domino's special card. I don't know what the heck that is, but alright, you can pull this back, And then you have two tabs here. So pull these forward, push on them. Let's see if I can actually do this. Actually, this is for the bottom seat, for the bottom, which we don't need to remove. So leave that alone. Let's see. So this is for the top. Okay, so in this little crevice, in this little bend, you'll see there's another little tab here that goes in here. This actually holds the bottom portion of the top side, which again, we only need to disassemble this portion of it. We don't care about the bottom piece. So this here, you just want to push forward, unhinge, and unsnap. Which I might need to do off camera. There's some little tabs here on the left and right, which get a panel tool remover, so that way we don't end up busting them. And now the bottom side should be free. I believe this top side is too. So it's good push. So let's go ahead and fish this through. Then let's go ahead and flip the seat out around. And then let's try to start peeling some of this. Ah, okay. Let me make sure I'm not showing my butt in this. But let me pull you around real quick. So on this side, the reason it's so hard, so you have this little back piece of foam, right? Let me make sure it's not this foam right here. You have this little thing here that goes in between and then connects right here. So you want to pop this out, slip it through, and then this is holding to this side right here on the front side and it's holding it down. So it doesn't look like the right side has any, but you need to pop that out. And keep pulling that up. And it looks like we have more clips on the rear. So let me pull you back in. So looks like back here, once you get this pulled up, you have these two little clips right here. So I don't know how to get them out, but one here to keep the back in place. Oh, they literally just open up and then push out. So they want to push in and then shabam. So to show you a little better, clear, literally has an opening so that way this orange piece can sit on that, which just for our purposes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In between the fifth one, right here. Because again, we are going to be putting this skin back on after we take the airbag out, which honestly is right here. And actually, guys, so there's some clips here on the top to hold this down, but we honestly don't even need to take this any further off. So to get this airbag out, it looks like we're pretty much done. So let me show you guys. So from the back, let's see if you guys can see. It'll be a little hard, but from the back we have one bolt here and one above it, and I'm 99% sure these are the bolts that hold the airbag in place right here. So we'll kind of test around, see what kind of socket that is, and then that should be able to let us take the airbag out. And from my understanding, from my research, this airbag and the one in the Recaro is the exact same airbag, so you won't need to buy a special one no matter what anyone says. And also, as you guys can see, this is probably partially why my foam and my seat doesn't hug me well enough, because this has a huge tear in it. I don't know if it was for me from pulling stuff, but I mean, yeah, this seat has definitely seen better days. You can definitely see the foam is withering away. But let me see if I can get this airbag out, and then we'll start the disassemble of that seat. And for this one, I do believe I'm going to take the whole skin off, wash it, and then try to get it reupholstered. So yeah, I'll put the camera down, try to chug away, and then I'll let you guys know what size bolt these are. I'm 99% sure it only has 2, and from my research that I found, they're both 10 millimeter, but I'll let you know just to be on the safe side. Then once I remove the airbag, I'll pull everything back on this one, put that back to stock, put it back in the car, and then we'll start tearing this one down. So you guys won't see any of this putting back together or back in the car. When we get back to the camera, you guys will see when I start tearing this one down. But either way, hope you guys are enjoying this. I know this is going to be an awesome upgrade, because as you can see, this seat's toasted, and this one, crossing my fingers, when I pull the skin off, isn't going to have that problem. And I don't believe so, because I mean, sitting on them, it's a 9-day difference. But regardless, let's go ahead and start wrenching away. Alrighty guys, so I did get the airbag out of the stock seat. Unfortunately, it comes with 2 bolts, and they both are 10 millimeters, and I accidentally broke one. So I'm hoping that one bolt is enough, and also the upholstery is going to hold it in place. So wish me luck. This is definitely going to go back in there, and from my understanding, this should be the exact same airbag as that one. So yeah, just let you guys, 10 millimeter bolt. Please be very careful, especially with the top bolt, because there's not much threading and not much room to actually even take it out. But you live and you learn. But yeah, as long as it still works and plugs in and everything else works, we should be good to go. But yeah, so putting that aside, and then I'm gonna reconstruct the stock seat, and then we'll start disassembling the old seat. So. Well, there you guys have it. There is the full upholstery off of this Recaro seat. First and foremost, I'm going to end up throwing it in the washing machine. Then take it to get this side reupholstered. Or I guess resewn, I should say. Because here's where it broke. Unfortunately, it also broke a little bit here. But since it's so far down, I'm just going to do a quick stitch there and get everything stitched back up. And then, yeah. One thing I do want to let you guys know that I hope you guys don't do like I did, because I was dumb and didn't honestly look up the full how to take this off. But the only thing that was really a pain in my butt, let me put a new battery in actually. Alright guys, unfortunately I didn't realize I accidentally stopped recording, so I talked for a good minute. But quickly, I wanted to go over, here's the seat, the upholstery completely off. I need to get that restitched and everything, which doesn't seem like it's going to be a big problem. However guys, for anyone who's doing this, similar like me, it looks like the stock airbag from the stock seat does fit there, so that's good to know. The wiring and everything is exactly the same. It fits directly in there. However, when you guys take this off, this is honestly super easy. There's 2 clips on the bottom, and then those are the only really clips. There's one more on the other side, and then this has Velcro here, all this stuff right here is Velcro. And then these pieces, you want to pop them out from the side here, pull this out. But the thing that I screwed up on that I'm gonna get some glue for foam is there's these channels here where there is like a little piece that gets pushed in here from the upholstery, but as you can see, I ended up tearing it because I literally ripped these out. On this side, thankfully, oh, actually, I do have a little bit of tear here. It doesn't go too far. Oh, well, actually it goes all the way up. So I ended up pulling 1, 2, and 3 of these out. So I'm gonna end up getting some foam glue to actually be able to glue this all together. And there's also channels here, and here that I just realized that gets that has Velcro as well, so that way the seat can stay in place. And let me flip the seat to show you. So once you flip the seat or the seat cover around, you see it has this little Velcro stuff to actually get pulled in. The middle part doesn't actually have the same material, but this stuff should be able to just get pushed in there. And then this is where this channel little piece gets stuck into those little grooves that are pulled out. Again, don't do what I do and just rip them out with brute force. You want to just finagle them out so that way they don't bust. Unfortunately, you live and you learn. I'm just gonna, like I said, put a lot of glue on this that actually is meant for foam, so that way hopefully it adheres pretty well. But that's going to be pretty much it for this part of the video. I'm probably going to end this video here. I hate to do this to you guys, but this is probably going to be part 1 of part 2 because I'm going to get this reupholstered, and it's probably going to take a couple of days, if not a week or so, before I can get it reupholstered. And then from there, we'll end up putting that back onto here, and then finally putting it into Clifford. But let me know, guys, this is 100% cheaper than honestly buying a brand new Recaro, because you can't buy them for the 15 through 17 Mustangs. And on 18 through 23, I believe they're like 3,000 or 3,500, somewhere around that range. And for full disclosure, for this one, I bought it for $600, I believe. So it's a huge discount. Unfortunately, I only bought the driver because honestly, my passenger, they don't need to have the same support that I do because they're not driving, so it doesn't matter. But I think this is going to be a gnarly upgrade to the car. Unfortunately, it's going to look kind of wonky with only 1 seat inside. But I still need to put the stock seat back in. It doesn't have the airbag. I've already put the airbag on that one. But guys, let me know when you guys... But guys, let me know what you guys think in the description. Is this something that you guys would do? And I personally highly recommend it because honestly, if you buy a set with both blown airbags on them, you're paying roughly $1,400 to $1,500. I've been doing a lot of eBay searching, and this is exactly where actually I bought these, and I've been wanting to have this for such a long time that I've been searching and finally pulled the trigger on this one specifically because it was $600 for the one. And after doing research, I knew I could just take the airbag off the stock one and just fix that one right up and then just put it on the right into the car. But like I said, whenever you guys remove the upholstery, make sure to be very careful because you don't want to do the same mistake that I did. And hopefully the longevity of the seat doesn't get compromised. Hopefully that glue that's meant for foam helps with that. But without further ado, guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I am sorry that I'm sorry that we're not going to continue into part 2 today. But in the next video, we'll wrap this up, put it on the car, and yeah. But without further ado, guys, I hope you guys grind to shine. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace out.